And we have Michael Scherotter here from Seattle, similar as Taylor. Um, and he is working on Lightroom and Express and has some really interesting stuff to tell also about how he makes some business. Michael, come on stage.
Hey, Ingo, how are you?
I'm fine. Good to have you.
Great. Thanks for having me. So
Yeah,
today I'm
we,
going to talk
we have
about how I have found success. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Audio?
can. I just want to say
Great.
we are happy to have you, and we are so happy that you are the only one that we will have twice over the 2 days. So we will have you today, and we have you back tomorrow with another session. But today it's all about your success. So yeah,
Right.
go ahead.
Thank you. So what I'm going to talk about today is how I've really grown my business and also got generated new business with Adobe Express. The business that I've grown is a business that I started about 4 years ago with a Adobe Fund for Design grant, and when I was on sabbatical from my job at Microsoft. And what I did is I created a business which generates 3D virtual art galleries based upon the fact that I have 30 or so journals of my own, which would never exhibit in a real gallery that well. Excuse me, the video isn't playing back that well, but the idea is that it generates these 3D virtual art galleries, and about over 1,000 galleries from 47 countries have been built worldwide using it, and it has a freemium model. So anybody can create a single small gallery for free, but also if you subscribe, you can build larger galleries, more galleries, galleries with links, galleries, some other features. And so the challenge I've had with this is getting new people to try it out. And so what I found was that how do I get new users? Well, I open up my gallery to more people, to more audiences. And so I decided to build my first Adobe Express add-on, a Gallerist add-on. So my business is Gallerist. It's on its own website, but I wanted to build an add-in that works with that, really to do two things. One, provide value for my existing users. So the existing users can can log in using their Adobe ID in the add-on. And then they can grab images from their galleries and put them into a presentation or put them into a Adobe Express slide to be able to create marketing material, or create stuff for their galleries. But also, I wanted to make it easier for people to create artwork in their galleries from stuff they have in Adobe Express. So I started Gallerist with working with Adobe Lightroom albums, and that was the reason I got a lot of this. I got the funding from Adobe for the Adobe Fund for Design. And so in this case, I'm providing value for both existing users of my Gallerist site and also finding ways to get new users. And what I found is once I built this first add-on, I grew my new gallery creation metric by 5 times on a week-by-week basis just by having this add-on in the marketplace and having creative people having this in front of creative people to try it. And one of the interesting things for me is, okay, well, how can I leverage this platform Adobe Express even more? And so I think about this, and I think about my current business at Gallerist, and that business is really appealing to education. Schools and students are using it for presentations. Teachers are using it for presentations. So it's valid for it resonates with these with students in schools and education. So I was thinking, well, what could I do for that? And so I created another add-on, which I'll be talking about tomorrow, called Creative Coding. And this is something that I focus specifically on the educational market. And as I was building these other add-ons, I found that in the way I look at this, Adobe Express for me is this creative operating system. It provides me a really great platform for building a variety of things. So I built a couple of more add-ons, Creative Coding, which I'll talk about tomorrow, and also another one, Perspective Grids. And sort of the common thing in these is I built something that's really interesting for me. It's using technology that I really like. So Perspective Grids helps you create a perspective grid and put it anywhere in a presentation. And in this case, I wanted to use the technology that I use in Gallerist, which is Babylon.js, a 3D technology that's used on the web. And I wanted to try other monetization options, and I wanted to try these things out. But the whole idea is these add-ons market me. I have another part of my business, which is consulting. And so if I wanted to be able to, show off my talents to be able to get work in a consulting business, I want to be able to show off technology that I've built in a way that is easily shareable, that anybody can use by just passing them on a link, and then they can see this. And so that actually worked for me. What I found was that I actually grew my consulting practice. I had a reach out from a company who saw my add-ins, especially my creative coding add-on. They hired me as a consultant to design and build this bespoke design tool for their direct mail business. So I'm seeing this direct result of me building add-ons as a way to demonstrate my expertise in a technology that is being heavily invested on by a company, by Adobe, in a way that is constantly growing. And it's, as a developer, you think about, here are tons of technologies that I could invest in. What are platforms that are going to provide me a really high amount of growth potential if I invest in learning a technology? And I found that with the Adobe Express add-on platform, it was something that is really easy to work with, and it's very easy to share. If I want to show somebody what I've done, I just pass them a link on to what I've built. So I'm growing both my business of Gallerist, the 3D virtual art galleries with Adobe Express add-ons, and also growing the business of myself as a consultant who builds stuff on demand, builds stuff for companies as a consultant who loves building creative applications. So that is all I have to say. But if you want to chat, schedule a call with me on the middle link, or connect with me on LinkedIn. So thank you so much, Ingo, for inviting me, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, where I'll talk about my creative coding add-on, which adds block-based coding to Adobe Express.
Thank you, Michael, for sharing this. This is really a great feedback, and so another opportunity to make business and to see how you can make business. Like, it may be direct or indirect. And great also to hear that this is working out. We will hear much more about the Blockly initiative that you are running with your creative coding add-on tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And I also want to call out that, Michael, you are also one of our developer champions, which Erin in my team will present tomorrow and talk more about what developer champions are. And then also, this was one of the reasons you built a telemetry dashboard that you open source. Thank you, Michael, for sharing this story with us.
Developers Live. Developers Live. Developers Live.